Because of the close relationship between Pixar and the Oakland Museum of California, we are seeing more than 70 additional pieces in this exhibition, and that is just the start. Renee, the Oakland Museum of California really celebrates Californians and California, and Pixar 25 Years of Animation certainly does that.
You're absolutely right. Pixar 25 Years of Animation talks about what makes California special. It brings together the filmmaking community and the technology and really broadcasts that to the world.
One of the great things about having Pixar 25 Years of Animation here in this particular museum is that we get a little extra special love because we're so close.
Part of the pleasure of this exhibit is we work so much more closely with all the people at the Pixar campus. We have artists from Pixar come in practically every week.
When I come in here, I'm just kind of overcome with wonder and awe and just happiness and surprise. How's it been received?
Amazing success. Thousands of people have come through here. People fall in love with it. Again, whether they're kids or they're adults, and it's just been tremendous.
The great thing is that sometimes we think museums and then we think exhibit and kind of stodgy. This is anything but. I mean, this is playful and euphoric.
Absolutely. And I think that's what it means for us to be the Museum of California. California's colorful, it's energetic, it's expansive, and it's playful.
I love the idea of a playful museum. Renee, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
Typically, it takes anywhere from 250 to 300 people to create a full-length animated film, and anywhere from 4 to 6 years to make it. Of course, they do have the support of the full 1,200 people of Pixar Animation Studios. And next up, we're actually gonna go inside this exhibit, and you'll see why it takes so long to make these films. I'm with Elise Kleidman, and you are the director of Pixar University and Archives. And this is 25 years at Pixar. Tell me what you hope to accomplish with this exhibit.
What's magical about this exhibit is that it shows people the artwork that's part of our design process. And it's a part of our process people generally don't hear a lot about.
You've got a couple of key moments here in this exhibit. One of them is the zoetrope. So tell me what that is, and it's really kind of awe-inspiring.
So the zoetrope is just a magical experience. It's based on a 19th century form of entertainment, which was obviously remodeled and changed extensively to show how our animation process works. And so what you see are maquettes or sculptures of the characters from Toy Story. And when the zoetrope turns on and they move, they go quite quickly with strobe light on them, and all of a sudden, boom, you see not individual sculptures, but characters moving. And it really, in a second, explains to the world how animation works.
What you're seeing are 18 different sculptures, each slightly different than the last one. And instead of flipping through them, we're using a strobe light to make those images stick in your eye. And these spinning images freeze in space. And each sculpture replaces the last one and appears to move. It looks like it's come to life right in front of you.
And one of the great things that you have here as well is a movie that is just fantastic. So shall we go check that out?
I'd love to.
Let's go. So behind us is this fantastic movie that's part of this exhibit, Artscape. Tell me.
So Artscape is a 14-minute media installation that was created especially for this exhibition. And what it does, it takes the artwork that's created in our design and concept phase, and it puts it onto an enormous screen at the highest resolution that you've ever seen. So it's incredibly detailed, and what it does is it immerses you in the art of Pixar.
And you actually have a story about that.
When we were traveling with the exhibit and we're in Japan, there was a group of Japanese school children who'd come to see Artscape, and they were standing there just with their mouths open, looking and wide-eyed, and all of a sudden one little boy just hurled himself at the screen. It was like, I'm going in. It was adorable.
Because he was like, I want to be a part of that. Oh man, this is so fantastic. Thank you so much, Elise. I think we're going to actually talk about character development and really getting into that with Teddy. That's going to be coming up.
Fantastic, thank you.
A character takes an initial idea, an art department to design, and technical wizards to create it. But it all starts with an artist and a pencil and paper. I'm with Teddy Newton, and you are a director and artist at Pixar Animation Studios.
Yes.
Thanks so much for joining us. Now, you are someone who is in charge of developing the character, and it's character, story, world. Tell me, where do you even begin?
Well, a lot of times I'll do a lot of sketches of all the characters. I'll draw just a bunch of faces all around one archetype. Myself and sculptors and other painters will be developing different characters in the beginning, just so we could do it in a cheap way. Once we kind of settle on one, then it gets a little more complicated. We have to build one in the computer, and it takes a lot more people.
There must be some sort of criteria for when a character is finished or ready. What might that be?
Well, the director will usually review all the drawings, and so he'll basically pick that the same way you would pick an actor, except we're just drawing up actors.
And you got to do that on your own film.
I got to do that. However, I was also the designer as well, so I guess I had to tell myself what to do a lot of the time.
Which is the best way, right? At least you know you'll follow directions.
Yeah.
Let's go check it out.
So these are some images from my short film, Day and Night. The two characters sort of embody daytime and nighttime, and my idea was initially drawing a keyhole with a personality. And so you could sort of see in through the character. And so you'd see little animations happening in the bodies themselves. And over here we do some exploration drawings. These are just kind of getting loose with what we could do with the animation of the character.
People at Pixar are still like pushing boundaries and trying to meld new creative techniques and blend them and make something new like you.
Absolutely, sure.
Thanks so much, Teddy.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your time.
You too.
I could spend forever here at the Pixar 25 Years of Animation exhibit. It's delightful, it makes you laugh, it just makes you happy. And if you have a kid, or even if you want to respond to the kid in you, come to this exhibit. It's open until January 9th, 2011. It's at the Oakland Museum of California. That's Pixar 25 Years of Animation.